Welcome to Sri and Kira Live. As our world spins seemingly out of control, we are all experiencing time speeding up, chaos shifting to a new level, and a yearning to know the greater mysteries of the universe. What does it all mean? Visionary spiritual teachers and best-selling authors Sri Ram Ka and Kira Ra explore these mysteries, offer live soul readings, and invite you to open up your mind, body, and spirit to the paradigms that are shifting. Bringing you fresh perspectives and timeless wisdom, here are Sri and Kira.
Namaste, beloved ones. I am wisdom teacher Sri Ram Ka.
And I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and
we are here with you as Sri and Kira.
In every way, and welcome to the voice of passionate action. You know, Sri and I have been continuously on the air now for over 15 years. Actually more. I think it's more like I don't think I want to admit it. I think it's probably 18 years that we've been continuously on the air. Our show starting all the way back at the beginning on the Seventh Wave Network as Higher Love and metamorphosizing into what it is today, which is a moment where every week we have the unique and rare opportunity to be with you and to co-create in this extraordinary community. And for those of you that join us live every week at our noon Pacific time broadcast, thank you. Thank you for co-creating that show. And for all of you that are catching us at 9 p.m. Eastern time on iHeart and on all the other syndicates, there's too many for me to mention, Roku and all those other things, thank you for joining us. And to all of you that are listening on a regular good old-fashioned landline radio station, we love you so much. Truly. Thank you for supporting the voice of passionate action. We are now syndicated on 13 terrestrial radio stations worldwide in the United States. So we're very grateful and thank you.
You know, it's an opportunity to come together as spiritual family, to allow judgment to relax, to allow the heart energy to expand and the mind to be open to new possibilities.
Absolutely.
And speaking of new possibilities, if you'd like to ring in and say hello or ask for a mini soul reading.
Now, if you're catching us live.
Yep, give us a ring, 517-208-1500. That's 517-208-1500, or toll free, 888-627-6008. That's 888-627-6008. And you'll be able to listen to the show while you're on hold, and hopefully we'll get to bring you on live and have some conversation.
We look forward to that. And, you know, let's dive in because I know you're already feeling it. And Sri and I, you know, even just no, not yet. Just those of you that are catching us as a video broadcast, what we're standing in front of right now is the energy of the Avesa breath attunement. And so we're kind of saying, okay, look, we're offering this to the world as our gift because the universe, the ascended masters, the all has said, and we're going to talk a lot today about how breath is really going to be the energy of this June experience and how we're all calling that forward and the way that we are able to really up-level and expand our consciousness to restore balance. And when we were called to bring the Avesa breath to the planet, because we're very excited, it begins this Thursday. And it begins this Thursday on the 10th of June. And so you absolutely have to be with us. And I'm going to just step aside right now because since Sri had to move anyway, I want us to, Sri and I holding each side of this heart, right? So yes. I'm holding this side, Sri's holding the other side. And I want you to breathe and feel the June heart. Remember, June, this is the ascended heart of June. In the up-level calendar, June is all about the energy of the heart. It is all about the two with the infinite, thereby a trinity, is it not? Which is really quite extraordinary. And what you're gazing at here is, first of all, you see we have this beautiful Christed figure. And I really want to make sure we all appreciate that this is not meant to be solely Jesus. This is meant to be the mastery presence of eternal love frequency at its pure experience, as then you see the two feminine energies on either side. And so what we have here is this trinity that's actually spinning. You see the infinite that's spinning here. Let me go the other way. You see that? And that is coming from this beautiful Shiva Linga. Do you see this is a crystalline Shiva Linga, the eternal presence? that is opening up through our star consciousness a healing radiation of divine love that is ours to claim, literally through the attunement to that. That's all it is. And when you breathe that, when you feel that, when you are experiencing that, I want to stand in the center. You can stand in the center with me, Sri. Get really close in the center, or we can go. There we are. I'll get really little, right? Okay. So when we stand in the center, you see that you're the respiration. So imagine that instead of hand weights, your respiration. Here we go. Right. Your respiration is this beautiful wave of your ascended heart that's coming out and assisting, right? This radiation of the ascended heart. Every time you breathe in Ave, you activate. And every time you exhale Sa, you put it into motion. So I just wanted to open with that today, because that's this week. We have arrived here, in and of itself, the first miracle. The fact that we are still here, every breath we're taking, guys, every minute that we are breathing, every moment that we are saying yes to who we truly are, is a miracle. And remember that June ignited the triplet, right? June, July, August, right? So this is June, July, August. This is the energy. But you see what's happening here, right? If we stand in the infinite presence, remember that. What is the Shiva Linga? The Shiva Linga is the pure crystalline light energy. There is no beginning, there is no end. And there are those who will try to claim they saw it, who in the face of those who know the truth, they will yield. That's the ego, isn't it? The ego is that which tries to interrupt the infinite presence, right? If we look at the cosmic experience of the story of the pillar of light that is the linga, then we can look at it as the ego of all the aspects of that which we are. For are not every god, all gods, nothing more than aspects of the ego of that which we are? And so how beautiful. There will always be a teacher if we allow ourselves to keep learning. If we give ourselves the radiant gift of knowing that there's actually great power in knowing you don't know it all. Just how to say it. Because in that moment, you are free to know beyond the knowing. You are free to move into that moment of this. Because this is an active presence. This is an energy. This, this is us. This is our energy, right? This is what we're creating right now in June. It's the heart, but it's the infinite heart. It is the infinite presence. And then the heart of this incredible form, right? The one that starts beating before we're even born in your mother's womb. There's a moment where the form begins to beat, preparing for you. The form begins to beat, preparing for you. Because when you, through the sacred sequence of incarnation, when you choose your parents, thereby influencing the name that calls forth your master soul code, right? Sacred sequence of ascended numerology. In that moment, this heart says, I'll be ready when you are, and I will always be here. But I will be here in my totality. I will be here in the unified field where we are all the mirror, where there is only one. Because in that energy, the heart is no longer a muscle, right? A muscle. Think about that, right? The heart is a radiation. The heart has the strength to stay right here and say, I am.
Yes.
As you are. Therefore, be. June is the month to let go of that which is trying to stop you. And there's only one way. You notice even as you're receiving that, how's your breath? Because that's where we're going. And my amazing angel's going to take us there, right? That's what's going on right now this month, guys. This. Are you breathing the life? Are you the radiation of the Ave Sa breath? Or are you the chatterbox of it? Or are you the skeptic of it? It doesn't matter, because all heart energy, all of it, is pouring out this month. And so this is the month, this June, where balance has never been more important, where this equinox matters, why we are coming together on Juneteenth, because we must help amplify and support the energy holder of consciousness on the planet that is actually losing its ability to hold, which is why we're entering into this period where we're out of balance. And so look at the great moment before us, right? Right now, this moment. I pray that you are as, oh my gosh, as we are. Because Juneteenth matters. Freedom matters on every level. You know, earlier this morning, Shri and I were having a conversation in bed. Sunday mornings, we love Sunday morning. And it was interesting that I noticed in front of me, most likely because we've been preparing, right? We've been preparing for Juneteenth and this incredible multicultural celebration that I pray you're coming to. And I was recounting to Shri, we had very different childhoods, that, you know, I grew up knowing racism from the time I was.
Yeah.
And because he's never had that side of it, it was a fascinating journey this morning. And so it took away his breath as well. And I'm bringing it up not to recant it all, but to share that right now we're in a moment where everyone's breath is being attacked, and where the energy of the radiance of the heart is actually part of conscious breath, which is why conscious breath is under attack. And how perfect that this Thursday, during this incredible energy, which we'll talk about later, we have an opportunity to call this into the law of instantaneous manifestation, thereby affecting balance very, very, very rapidly in this timeline. So I want you to breathe that in as I introduce my amazing husband, who's going to share so much about what's going on that you just need to settle in, get the beverage.
Get the beverage.
And I'm getting my beverage, right? We know Kira always has a beverage. And pay attention. All right. The one and only, the most amazing healer on the planet. This man should be out there. Anyway, wisdom teacher Sri Ramka.
Oh, thank you, love.
No, thank you.
You know, one of the things that comes forward every Sunday, we have the honor, truly it is an honor to be with you live. The live energy is that which is more potently available. So the thing I want to share with you is that potently available is the quality that happens when we give our attention to something. So consider whether you're at the movie theater and you're totally consumed by the film, then that potency is available to your awareness and you are immersed in it. Well, what happens when we're at a live interaction like this? If you're paying attention, all of a sudden you're beginning to tune into the energy of the presentation. So the reason I share that with you is to remind you of you know how to do this. So the question is, are you available to your own breath? Do you have any idea of the power that your breath carries, that in conjunction, in synergy with your consciousness, can resurrect your body, can radiate miracle energy, can shift everything in your life? For far too long, the mystery of the breath, the different forms of yogic pranayama have been kind of pushed aside or kept secret or pay for admission or whatever it is, when the gift of the truth of your capacity to shift your physical structure and the shared world begins right here. Now, my hand is on my heart, which happens to overlay with my lungs. Therein is one of the secrets, that as we lift into our hearts and consciously give our attention to our breath, we begin to magnify the essential cosmic energy that is available to us. We're going to talk a lot about this coming Thursday, because the Avesa breath is a gateway to quiet the waters, to create personal peace and enhance your power. And it begins and is sustained through conscious breathing. So Kira and I were in a moment where we were basically saying, how can we help? How can we support? How can we participate in a good way in events that are going on in this world? And that's why on this coming Thursday, June 10th, we are offering the training of the Avesa breath absolutely free. Please go to shriandkira.com and get all the details. You'll find it. So I want to bring you back again to a little bit of the wisdom, because it is our joy when we're live with you to be able to respond to the energy of now. And the energy of now that I am feeling is that beings around this planet are seeking to renew themselves in a more peaceful, happy, magnificent way. This means freedom from the preoccupation of fear. And nothing can resolve fear faster than the Avesa breath. It means manifesting a life of joy, and nothing will open your reserves of joyful creation faster than conscious breath. And it's so simple, yet it takes just a little bit of practice to get out of the habit of accepting what's less than. Do you deserve joy? Are you willing to accept peace, beauty, and harmony? Pause and take this seriously. Am I willing to accept peace, love, and joy now? Because so many people have been accustomed to living a life of less than, a life of lack, a life of just falling short, that they think that's normal, that they have resigned themselves to a frequency of energy that will always be uncomfortable in one way or another. As opposed to taking the gift of the breath, the cosmic prana that rides with the breath, and invigorate your cells, activate your guidance, open your heart, and discover I am a divine co-creator, and I can manifest my truth, my beauty, my service, my joy now. I am manifesting it now. That's a shift in orientation, is it not? And that shift in orientation is yours to claim, should you just be willing to release your attachment on the less than, on the other than, on the deservability issues. Just for a moment, set them aside and connect with the cosmic energy that rides on that breath and that keeps this vessel and this soul invigorated. So we're going to talk more about that as this day unfolds, and we're going to teach you a beautiful way to harness the power of the universe on June 10th. So find out more about the Avesa breath. It's worth your attention.
Well, and it not only is it worth your attention, remember, this is more than the breath. This is the actual protocol that you can use the breath with to call in instant balance. So speaking of instant balance, we're going to come in a little closer and go ahead and share with you once again, oh, wow. No, we're going to have to change that. There we are. Okay, so we're going to show you the calendar. There we are. June. Well, no, we're not. Okay, that's my wrong click, but there it is, as Shri was just sharing. Okay, so this is the Juneteenth, guys. get to ShriandKira.com and click and register. This is 100% another gift to humanity. Close to 20 different beautiful people, amazing celebrants, literally from around the world coming together as a multicultural celebration. Again, ShriandKira.com. You want to get there. This is our gift to humanity. And look at the calendar of June. Oh, I guess not. It really wants to. It says June calendar. So Shri, I'll let you. There we are. Okay.
Odd, huh?
Oh, fascinating tech. We got close to the computer and everything's going, I don't know if we want this much energy. Here it is again, but this is the mirror of the first three gates. And this is so important because the ascended consciousness energy of this month is awareness. And remember, this is the awareness of that very profound choice that all of the planet has not only gone through in May, but is mirroring now. And what's so powerful again is that this month is the 2 plus the infinite. It is very much a trinity, very much the energy of the continual infinite. And if you look at this week, guys, first and foremost, truth, right? This is what we're talking about. It's all about the truth of who you are in a month that's of the heart, which is why next week is going to be so profound because it's going to be like the heart of the heart. As you go through this week, we are literally, and you see coming out of the truth chakra. So on tomorrow, we're really entering it. So we're kind of like moving in. It's like a slow movement in today. Tomorrow we start moving in. Tuesday we're in it. Soul Mirrors Tuesday night. It's going to be a very big show. And then we start, you see how the stairwell there? It's like we're making that decision. Go back to last Thursday, the 3rd. You see that? Are you coming in or moving through? How are you experiencing the vast differential of experiences? Because the density experience, how was your past week in density, right? Really pay attention to that. Gaze at it as someone who's sitting at a movie theater. Because this Thursday coming right up, look at this. The 10th is, not only is it the illuminated new moon, right? Number 1. Number 2, it's a solar eclipse. And number 3, it's an up level. It's just like you can't, this is literally the Trinity. The sun, the moon, the void,
yes.
Right? The complete perfect up level. And yeah, it's beyond a powerful day. This is the day that this births.
Yes.
I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. I just love it so much. I do. I'm sorry.
So this Thursday is a very powerful moment energetically. We invite you to bring consciousness to the day. So often there's things that are going on, but where's your attention?
Right.
When we choose to invest our attention on that which is wholesome, nourishing, joyful, loving, we bring that into greater beingness.
Yes.
And so June 10th, we begin with the evasive breath. June 19th, we have this fantastic celebration of music and love and prayer and all of this community energy worldwide to help send out that wave of harmonic, cohesive energy.
I love it. I love it. And it's really easy, guys. All you have to do is go to ShriandKira.com and it's all right there. So where does all this bring us? Well, Shri, I want you to pop up, since I seem to be like booby trapping that, the Ascended Numerology for June, please, because this really is where it all makes sense. So take in a breath, and especially, we're talking about the breath right now. Look at June 2021. So June itself is the 2 plus the infinite. So all month long, we are literally being amplified from this out of us energy. It's all coming in through our multidimensional presence, which is why for so many months, almost the past 2 years, it's been get in the 5th dimension, learn how to be in the 5th dimension, stay anchored there. And if you're saying, what is she talking about? Go get our series, go grab Living in the 5th Dimension. You can either read it for free or go get the videos and the audios, because it's an important moment to remember this, because it's all coming in from outside, right? Because June is a 2 plus the infinite, which means the minute June came in, everything went up to a higher view. Then you add 2021 to it, And that higher view comes crashing into your throat. It comes crashing into your truth. So you've got your highest self saying, hey, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm open, let's go. So you're either going to feel emancipated and free and rejuvenated, and the breath is going to start floating, especially when we talk about this too, because that affects the lungs as well, which Shree's going to talk about. And then when you come into June 2021, when you put everything together, all of that comes right up to your, not only your third eye, it's your star consciousness. It's the area where your cosmic prime meridians are. However, then it shoots back out again to a double infinite presence where it's been waiting until this Thursday when it's going to come into your lotus chakra, which means, my angels, do you see this? You will have the 2, which is the heart, the 5, which is the throat, the 7, which is the whole upper area, skipping the crown, going straight into the lotus because it's coming in from the infinite presence. Thereby, we're being asked, all of humanity right now is being asked to literally take a leap.
Take a leap.
We're being asked to take a leap from our star consciousness straight up into our 8th chakra. And this is how you can get there. This is the booster rocket, right? We've been talking about how June 19th is going to be a booster rocket. And so how beautiful that we are coming together live. And then, of course, the videos are going to be available. So if you can't be there live, it doesn't matter. You'll get the videos right away. And if you're getting this even a year from now, get the videos, because this activation matters. It matters a lot. You know, humanity has not reached our critical mass. We have not reached the point of balance. And because of this instability, we have returned back to where we were right at the time of the Second World War, all of the same energies. And so we have a moment to mitigate this, but that's all we have is a moment. And we can do this. So, you know, Shree and I sincerely, with all of our heart and soul, help us get the word out. Please help us get the word out about this process, about the evasive breath. It is 100% no strings attached, our gift to the world. And you will not only learn the breath and the protocol, you will learn how to teach the protocol, and you can get certified to give it to others. And none of that has a cost to it, sincerely, all right? This is because this breath ignites the ray, the healing presence of the ray of consciousness that itself is being cramped. And so this is a big moment. And can we show them the spiral time again, Shree?
Sure.
Let's do that. I want to remind you, because the spiral time is really important. So again, what you are staring at here is the inside. This has gotten so multidimensional. I'm doing the best I can to keep up with it myself, guys. But if you were with us on August 8, 2020, coming up on a year, right? So on the Lionsgate 2020, the discus of Vishnu ignited because of the rising divine feminine presence on the planet, and that 0 point generator that comes in when our Taurus field is stabilized outside of this dimension ignites the law of instantaneous manifestation. Well, since that time, and you can go back and grab the up-level calendars from those years, or go back and just watch us on YouTube, but really, if you track this, your mind will be blown because it's all unfolded. Is that inside that discus of Vishnu, what you're seeing here is that infinite space of creation, that infinite presence. And you notice in the center there, that 0 point generator that came in. Well, something happened with January 1, 2021 for the first time ever. Last year was the year of this rising dragonfly energy, where we had these pillars of light and where we had this kind of circular energy we had to learn how to navigate. But it wasn't all there yet. It was a very interesting flow for the year, but it wasn't all there yet. This is because even last year, I want you to breathe that in, going back to your breath, even last year is beyond where we have gone before. We are all, with every breath that we are still here, it is a success. Every breath that is still here is a success. And the next 6 months matter. If you look at this right here, the spiral time, I want you to go to the left and you see where you see January, March, May. Now remember, you're looking at like a cross section of like a, I don't know, how do you describe it? Like a tube?
It's a
like,
donut.
It's a donut.
torus
That's
field.
it. It's a torus. So you're looking at a cross section because so you see where the January, March, May. So you see on May, there's that green field, kind of that triple energy. You notice if you look really deep into this graphic, there's actually 3 bands of energy in this. And so it's a very subtle, very sophisticated energy, but it's going to be a 3 times 3 because we're going to get it 2 more times. And what has happened is that if you look right now in June, you see where June started? We are now coming out of the moment where we were no longer affected, and we're back in the mirror. And this is really important. And these next 6 months really matter because if you look at June on the right, then go across to the left and you look at July. Now go to the right, look at August. Now go to the left, look at September. Now go to the right, October, left, November, right, December. Are you losing your breath yet? Are you feeling the compression yet? Because here's what's happening. Those waves that are coming, and the first one hit May 1, those waves are going to get much more intense. So here's the gift. If you are living in your bubble of protection, and we're talking about that today, if you are living in your bubble of protection, which your breath can bring you into as well, and if you are co-creating with the focus that we talked about for June, June is all about focused, steadfast commitment, focused awareness, complete trust. But the focused awareness is really big and rich this month because it's also an awareness month. Then this is what we're going to be living. Beyond your wildest dreams, and we're in this Mercury retrograde, rejuvenation, like Shri was sharing earlier, right? Regeneration, right? Imagine the gift of regeneration we can share with you is absolutely real. How about peace?
How about peace?
How about the peace that comes from knowing that you do not have to engage the illusion? That's the greatest illusion of all. It really is. And I'm going to put a challenge out there too, because the next 6 months really matter. So if you're feeling the call, if you're feeling the energy, then get down here and come live this for a little while. Whether you want to come for a couple days, a week, a month, 6 months, a year, we have ways that you can do that. So feel into your heart. Pay attention to what's going on in you, because there's a lot happening here at what we're starting to call ground zero. And it's pretty magical. And what we know is that this ray is igniting because we're connecting. And so that's a gift.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Kira is referring to Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary here in Ecuador, where the air is clean, the flowers are blooming every month of the year, and that life is restoring life.
Yeah.
And it's truly magical. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to offer you a gift right now, and that is, how can you create your own bubble of protection? And I would like to offer you.
Do they need a pen and paper?
Oh, they can hit replay, or you can write it down.
Let's take a minute, because this is really important. I think this needs like the let's pay attention moment. So thank you, Shri.
So a bubble of protection is actually your bubble of enhancement.
Yes.
So let's get clear that when we use the language of density, there's always a polar piece that goes with it. So this bubble of enhancement is your protection from the coarser frequencies that seek to hold you back in some fashion. Because every frequency out there, let's just talk about it for a second. Grief, fear, anger, pain, all the variations on that. When they radiate out, they're looking for a partner to participate in the frequency. It's the classic thing that when the tree falls in the forest, no one hears it unless someone's there. But when someone is angry, hurt, or fearful, then their energy, when received by someone else at the same level of consciousness, magnifies, and it starts going around the planet. So rather than wax planetary, let's just take it right home personal. How can you create a beautiful sanctuary in your own home that will sustain your highest expression? that you may enter the world radiating joy, radiating unconditional love, the compassion of an awakened heart, and that you have nourishment and support for that. Now, as you walk out into the world radiating that, guess what you're doing to the world? You're giving it a gift. You're giving it the gift. So I want to give you a couple of very practical, simple things to try out. The first one is go into your home and recite Archangel Zadkiel's suggestion. Here it is. If it does not bring you joy, then why are you doing it? Now turn that into what you see.
Breathe a minute. Breathe a minute. If it does not bring you joy, why are you doing it? Breathe a minute and just receive that. And receive it with a smile. Okay.
Because joy is the energy of the soul.
Right?
So when we have objects or experiences that magnify joy, we're saying yes to our soul. And so what I was wanting you to do is look around your home, and anything that does not bring you joy, why is it there?
Is it there out of obligation? Is it there because your Aunt Nancy made it for you like 100 years ago? And so the key is this. What's important is to at least start with your bedroom.
Yes.
And one of the things I want to share is if you are not already part of our app, get on the Mastery Mentorship. Just get your app downloaded. It's free. All right. Download the app. It supports you every day. It supports you every week. It has so many good features in it, all of them free if you never want to do anything else. But you want to download it because what will happen is that you will have ways to make a miracle altar, ways that you can support yourself. Yesterday, everyone who has the app that is part of the team, of the Mastery Mentorship team, was with us live yesterday. And we were broadcasting live from the top of our mountain yesterday with everyone who's part of the Mastery app and the magic and the miracles that are happening. And so again, if you didn't even know we had the app, it doesn't matter what kind of device you have or where you live, just go to whatever store you use and type in Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira. Or Sri and Kira will probably find it too. Spiritual Mastery should just find it. But the name of the app is Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira. Download it. It's free. But remember, when you do, you have to activate it. How do they do that? Because everybody, it's free, but it's going to ask you have to give your email so that you can unlock it all, even free.
That's
right?
the anti-spam feature.
Yeah, that way we know you're not a bot.
You get a little registration number, you type it in, and boom, you're there.
Then you're unlocked. So it's not spam.
Yeah.
But get in there, guys, because you need, it gives you the support you're talking about. It's your circle, it's your bubble of protection.
It's your bubble of enhancement.
It's
your sanctuary. So the piece that we're really wanting to encourage you to do is step out of the habit of having pain and less than energy. The habit of the pain.
Of the pain.
Archangel
Zadkiel.
We have grown, we've been enculturated to accept dissonance, to accept pain, to accept less than, to accept hierarchies that are unkind. We have been trained and conditioned in terms of the masses to simply accept that. And so rather than, quote, do battle with any of that, how about you just champion you for a while?
Oh, I love that.
How about you create a sanctuary for you? How about you love yourself more? And this begins by looking around your home and stop compromising.
Right?
You don't have to go out and buy anything. Just get rid of the stuff that doesn't bring you joy. I'm sure there's a box in your garage or basement or somewhere where you can put that, or maybe...
Or a Goodwill that could really use it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other people who could really use it right now, too, I'm sure.
And so it begins by taking the steps of 1, make a commitment to yourself.
There it is.
2, take action. Your actions include join the Mastery app, get rid of, discard that which doesn't bring you joy, create that which does bring you joy, your miracle altar, flowers, crystals, artwork, whatever it is for you. Honor yourself and breathe consciously at least once or twice a day.
And in the app, my beloved Sri Ram Ka teaches you another beautiful breath, and that's part of the free app, and it's the video, and you can learn it right from him. So I want you to really breathe that in right now. And as we do, one of the other things that's so powerful is when we come together as community. And I'm gazing over at the phone lines at Oneness Talk Radio, which are almost full. And remember, you can call in over at BBS 888-627-6008 and invite you into this moment to simply remember that when we come together to support each other, when we come together as contributors, each honoring the one and the all, when we can come together in that energy, we create the space for the law of instantaneous manifestation that is ever present and ever guiding when we surrender that which would seek to resist our own evolutionary process. Now, you're here tuning into Sri and Kira. You're here connecting with the voice of passion and action because your consciousness is obviously expanding. And through that, we've discovered that smile, the infinite present smile that calls us forward and says, remember who you are. Remember who you are. We are an infinite presence, without beginning, without end. Yet we are a radiation. And our radiation right now is being called and invited. The Ascended Masters don't make mistakes. And that's not coming from their ego. It's just that they're too focused on what they're doing to even entertain the possibility, because it's just a continual stream of the highest potentiality. Mm-hmm. We are each able to adapt to a moment where we are able to connect with the stream of the infinite potentialities. And through that recognition, even through the moment or the breath that would illuminate us through that, when we say yes to always, and I'm going to share with you, we have it even here on a little card, right? So when we say yes to, and I'm going to read the first line because it's so important. It's such a piece of this.
Take a breath and be present.
This is from the Divine Directors, okay? Imagine a world where with every breath and in every moment, you only saw each being as the highest potential of their being for this lifetime. And it continues to say, then notice you have already activated your star consciousness. Well, then making that leap that we're all being asked to make this Thursday, making the leap then from the star consciousness straight into our lotus only makes sense because the crown has lifted. Because now we are already in, right, the exploded crown of the Divine Galactic Blueprint. And this is where, forgive me, honey, in the exploded crown of the Divine Galactic Blueprint, this is where this ignites. You see the violet energy, this violet flame that helps spin this eternal presence that ignites this stunning energy. That's June if you invite it to be. Or it can be an incredible journey of the heart of density and all of the aspects that a heart of density that starts beating that physical form. Remember that the heart of density is a muscle of physical form. And it is profound and it is extraordinary and exquisite and beautiful. And it blends with the energy of the eternal to call forward your ascended presence, or it lovingly gives it a safe harbor until you transition. This is a big moment for humanity. And this is why I cannot say it enough. Please be there. June 19, this multicultural prayer event. We are so excited. We have Ramzi El-Bibi, who is this most incredible Sufi dancer, a master, who will be doing live Sufi dancing coming in. We have the one and only Veda Austin coming in live from New Zealand. We have both Jane and Erin from the Water Bearers are going to be here. And we're hoping for a surprise hookup over in Zimbabwe during this event as well. The amazing Prani Agarwal is going to be here singing Vedic hymns from Mumbai. She will be with us, as will Darshan Joshi, who will be performing puja over in India. We are also blessed to welcome Cesar, who is the son of Ombudsman. And we are so blessed he will be with us, bringing the gifts of the Mayan peoples. Alexander Padilla of the Cañari will be coming into us live from his home mountain in Cañar to have the Rainbow Bridge to our mountain, to hook up to the Rainbow Bridge to the Himalayas, to go over to New Zealand, where we're then going to go to Germany. There are the amazing Tina Gatterman. There is so much happening. And Sharon Rose will be with us again, calling forward the ancient Egyptian gifts of the divine Isis. There's so much happening. So again, this is our gift to humanity. It is a fundraiser. However, your donation can just be your love and support. So get there and join us, because it is a moment to ignite and stabilize what we're going to be doing on the 10th and 17th. And all of you that are with us on the 10th and 17th, please make sure you're with us on the 19th, because we are going to call in that collective Ava breath ignition. Yeah.
There's a lot going on. We're at an incredible time, and Kira and I are committed to support humanity, to make the most of this time, to awaken consciousness, to activate the heart energy, and you can learn more. You can be enhanced and blessed by simply being there.
Yeah.
Go to ShriAndKira.com. It's right on the homepage.
That easy.
Explore. Let your heart guide you.
Fun. And speaking of letting your heart guide you, Shri, share.
I just, one thing I wanted to offer out
Yeah.
before we jump to the phone lines.
Let's do that too.
Is that we talked about the heart of humanity, the sacred heart, the energy of the heart. And I want to just offer this discernment to you. Your heart is not just, as Kira was sharing, a muscle that pumps blood. Though it does do that, the physical heart. The heart is an energetic frequency that foundationalizes consciousness. This is the 0 point, so to speak, from which we lift into our mastery. Below the heart are all of the coarser frequencies. Remember how I mentioned these frequencies might be calling the fear, the anger, the competition, etc. It's so essential to remember the heart is a frequency that we can choose to sustain, and every tissue in your body will go, oh, thank you. Healing will happen. The heart is a frequency, and we choose it through action. And if you make no choices, it's the spiral into the lower frequencies is sort of like gravity. It's very easy to tumble into a poor me, things aren't going the way they need to go kind of perspective. Too easy. With a little bit of breath and choice, we call in the joy. We let go of what doesn't serve us. We call in power. We let go of old thoughts. We call in the potential to manifest, and we begin. It's that simple, and it takes just your commitment.
Yeah.
Let's do this together.
Uh-huh.
Let's do this.
It sounds like the law of instantaneous manifestation.
Manifestation happens instantly when we live at our soul's frequency,
Exactly.
not at the lower frequencies of egoic polarity.
Literally, we transcend the law of attraction to become the law of instantaneous manifestation. And speaking of that, who are we going to manifest for first over here? It looks like we're going to New Mexico.
We're going to New Mexico.
All right, we're
Say
going to New
hi.
Mexico. Hey, New Mexico. Namaste. Thanks for holding.
Are you there? Nope.
You started conference, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're not hearing you, sweetheart.
All right. So
We're going to go to another line. Let's go to, where are we going here, Shri? We're going to go to, where are we going there? Oh, there we are. Arizona. Again, this is Carefree, Arizona. All right. We're going to Carefree, Arizona now. Another Arizona. Or I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Hi. Hi. I guess we found you.
Hi, Shri and Kira.
Hello.
It's so funny. I'm sitting here giggling on hold because I called today because of your app. I was sitting in the beautiful corner of my yard doing my sacred yoga, and I just went to discover a little bit, which I don't do very often, and I stumbled upon the 4 gnomes, and I sat in my yard and was giggling out loud at Archangel Zadkiel because it brought me so much joy. And I just want everyone to know to go there, and that you, the two of you, bring so much love and support for this double of protection or enhancement. That's all I need, because you two offer so much. And just want to let you know how grateful I am. Thank you.
Oh, sweetheart.
Thank you. It brings me joy to just feel that.
It really does. And I do want to share with you that this huge energy that's floating around you, it's so beautiful. They just keep saying the same thing over and over again. And they're saying, remember that as you model the sincerity, the love, and the presence, the miracles you are beginning to experience now are getting ready to expand. And there's this little cute, like, female voice behind you that keeps giggling and going, be careful what you asked for. So have fun, sweetheart. What a gift to be with you today. And thank you for saying yes and looking at the app. You know, we put a lot of heart into that. Thank you for receiving it.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Namaste. Many
Much
blessings.
love.
Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, my heart is so big. All right, Tree, where are we going now?
Well,
It looks like we're going to, where are we going? No, that one. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. You want to go there? Okay, Georgia. We're going to Georgia. Hey, Georgia. Georgia on my mind.
Hello.
Hi.
Namaste. Hi.
Hi, G and Kara. This is Cassandra.
Hi,
I'm so excited. This is not the first time I'm calling, but I'm super excited because I literally just dialed the number.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. Well,
your energy
then
just popped up.
obviously there's a reason. All right, girl, go. Why are we here?
I'm hoping you will tell me why I'm here. I do have a question for Shri before. Is it okay?
Oh, please do.
Okay. So I know I'm so happy we were talking about the breath and breathing today, because in the past it has helped me, because at some point I did suffer from insomnia, and just by breathing, that completely cured me from that. And so I have been struggling with some pain in my right ankle, and I was wondering if the breath and breathing, as we've been talking, if that can help me in that way as well.
Well, thank you for asking. Anytime we ask a question, we are expressing a vulnerability, and I honor you for being willing to receive some new perspectives or reinforce your own wisdom. So the first thing I want to share with you, remember every part of the body has a spiritual theme behind it. It just didn't manifest accidentally. Charles Darwin had nothing to do with this. There is.
And we live in Ecuador.
And so your ankle, especially on the right side, has to do with the flexibility to release that which no longer serves you and to draw the wisdom from your past so that your gait you may be balanced. You know, we are constant, just like there's an in-breath and an out-breath, there's a left side and a right side. And it's a little bit like we get the wisdom of the past, but we're going to the future. You know, and that's what the pelvis and all of that does. And so your pain is a call to consciousness. Are you holding on to something that's no longer serving you? General question. Are you finding yourself a little fearful about moving forward on something that maybe your soul's whisper is saying it's time to do? Look for that little quiet voice inside. And those are the kind of things to tune in with. And of course, now the breath. We send the breath to the body part. When you inhale, you imagine that inhale's going right into the ankle, and then you send light, love, and acceptance to it. Don't try to change it. Just give it energy. Just send the light, the love, and the acceptance to it. And then listen if there's any messages. And then you can say, I choose to heal this now. But it's important we capture the listening before we move into the demands.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
I want to jump in, Cassandra, because what I'm doing right now is, if you can see me, but I can feel it. It's like I'm holding the energy that just came out of your ankle. And I feel it coming between my two hands right now, like it's it's like this energy that is I'm trying to put it back into an infinite spiral. And as my hands are moving, I feel it very heavily hitting one hand and hitting the other hand. And there's a stiffness also that's going through my hands, which has been going through your body. And what's interesting is it's been like coming in reverse. And so what's happened is that when you do the breathing, they're saying as you do the breathing, when you exhale, hold your hands up like I'm doing. And you could even go right down and put your hands around your ankle on either side. Feel the energy of the exhale come out. Feel that energy come out. Lift up this energy and then play with it. And they're saying that just as you're feeling it, feel it coming back into this infinite spiral. And as I'm doing that now, I'm just kind of bringing it together. And I'm opening my eyes because they're saying that what you are doing for you, many are doing without knowing they are doing for themselves. And that if all of humanity would hold that which they are releasing and offer it infinite presence, the world would be a much easier place for us all to breathe. Thank you, my love. What a blessing for us all.
Thank you. So I love you guys so very much. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Much love to you.
Ooh, and how did we run out of time?
It happens, doesn't it?
I'm going to pass out anyway. We love you. Go register. Be there.
Yes.
Wow. Ooh.
Beloved ones, until we have the joy of being with you live again, may you breathe deeply and consciously, create your bubble of support, and trust that all is truly well.
We love you.
Namaste.
Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week.